cycling hub and expects bumper tourism numbers to follow.
It's the first time an Australian has worn the yellow jersey in Paris. Cadel Evans' Tour de France win is expected to see the sport boom back home.
Everybody, I think, just wants to get on the bandwagon now.
The city of Ballarat was already on the bandwagon. It's been running advertisements during the tour since 2009. As the number of Australians tuning in to yell for Cadel grew, so too did Ballarat's potential tourism market.
We've been able to get a good buy, regardless who wins. It's a bonus, certainly, for Cadel winning.
David Tannard featured in the advertisements. He says they're already working.
Come and say, oh gee, you're famous, I saw an ad. It's really getting out there in terms of Victoria and promoting Ballarat.
The city of Ballarat won't reveal the cost of the campaign, but has denied claims the airtime cost ratepayers more than $450,000.
That might be probably the book value, but certainly it's nowhere near what we paid for it.
The National Road Cycling Championships are the cornerstone of the campaign. Cadel Evans hasn't competed in Buninyong in more than 7 years. The organisers of the Australian National Road Cycling Championships say Cadel Evans will be invited to the next championships in Ballarat and Buninyong in January, but they concede he's unlikely to compete. Regardless, they'll try to lure him to the city in a promotional capacity. Patrick Mitchell, Win News.
It's been another milestone day for the Skipton community 6 months after being inundated by floods. The town's historic 19th century courthouse and former police residence have reopened.
It's a far cry from 6 months ago. The January floods left the historic buildings more than a metre underwater.
All of the rubbish that came down the creek got trapped in our house and in the up in the garden there. The piano behind me was floating on its back in the water. Very nasty.
The community gathered this afternoon to celebrate the recovery effort of its courthouse and former police residence, which date back to 1867.
Well, it was about 60,000 in monetary terms, which was raised by the local community with some funding applications.
The Skipton Historical Society has officially taken over the lease on the two buildings. It's been trying desperately to salvage artefacts and documents to put back on display.
The Skipton historical books, which have been produced by some of our members, they were lost in the flood. We couldn't repair those. They had to be republished.
The town's supermarket and pharmacy have also reopened their doors over the past couple of months, and the community says it's now looking forward to the hotel getting back on its feet.
Hotel's a long way away yet. Unfortunately, it was probably suffered the heaviest damage of any of it.
Ebony Pera, Win News.
The TAC and the train conductor involved in the 2007 Kerrang rail disaster have reached an out-of-court settlement. Conductor Hayden Buckland was seeking compensation from the TAC, and the matter was due before the Supreme Court sitting in Mildura today. But the parties reached a confidential settlement last week. The TAC was the insurer for truck driver Christian Bernard Scholl from Wangaratta. In 2009, Mr Scholl was found not guilty of causing the deaths of 11 people. Top quality rams from across Victoria and New South Wales went under the hammer today at the 22nd Ballarat Fine Wool Ram Sale. There's been an increase in prices and the number of buyers on last year.
Vendors came from across Victoria and New South Wales to sell some of the best quality rams the states have to offer.
$4,000 done quickly, all done.